stream. And today we will talk about our home as a temple, as a sacred space, and how to make our home a real sacred space. As you can see, Gnomo, it's in a beautiful, beautiful chalet apartment. I don't know, whatever. But it's an amazing house, and he will explain us how to do so, how to reach such a level of sacredness in our.
It's very easy.
I'm seeing that my video is just disappeared for a second. I'm back again.
I was freezed.
Yeah. Okay, so let's begin with the first question. Gnomo, first of all, what does it mean from the Damanhurian perspective to make your home sacred? What is necessary, what has to happen to be your home sacred, or let's say a space, an ambient, your room, either living room or whatever? What has to happen? What has to be sacred?
Yeah, maybe first of all we have to understand what it means to be sacred, or what is sacred.
Exactly.
Sacred.
Yeah.
When we talk about sacred, we are talking about a space or a plane, okay, that is completely aware, that is completely inside the consciousness of you, okay? So a sort of place that can amplify many times your perception in order to help yourself to be completely aware about the space you are occupying. So in our perspective, it is not necessarily connected with something, with mystics or religious. Of course, we can talk about the meaning and also the root of the word sacred. In different languages, all languages, it was describing something completely different. In order to understand exactly what we are talking about, it's very important to describe what we mean when we talk about that. In the Damanhurian point of view, what we are trying to reach as humans is a complete interconnection between us and the environment. That's the goal. What it means? It means that we are not divided from the place, so we are not something different, but we are inside an ecosystem, but very important, we are aware to be part of this ecosystem. When we spend time during our day doing stuff, running, talking, playing with the phone, or do something, everything you like, but completely disconnected by the environment, by the place, we can also be inside the more powerful temple, the more powerful church, and we'll be completely disconnected, the same. Okay, so when we talk about sacred, we are talking about a bridge, a connection between the person and the place. Of course, first of all, when you have this connection, second step, the place must be in some way, a place that can amplify your attention, that can amplify your consciousness, or can be a place that is sucking your consciousness, your energy, because it's dirt, because is not in order in terms that is not beautiful. There is not beauty. There is not a research about not a research. There is not your sign, your signature in the place. So it's a place that is not, in some ways, not covered by the attention. That's why all the sacred temples, all the sacred space all around the world, they're always, almost always completely covered by art, beauty. Because covering with art, we are adding to the place a plus value. We are adding to the place our signature. We are adding to the place something that will amplify your perception when you enter in relation with it. So, okay, in a nutshell, first step,
Yeah.
your consciousness and your point of view is the main and more important aspect. Second step, the place can help you to do that or not.
Yeah, it's very clear, Nyamo. Thank you. And what the divine has to do with all this that you just said? Where we
Okay.
place the divine concept or divine forces or spiritual forces inside what you just said?
Yeah. Let's consider a sort of division between two different layers. The first layer is, for example, you in your house. In this case, it's a matter of interconnection, interfering between you and your place. Two elements, you and the place. When we talk about divine forces, sacred spaces connected and dedicated to divine forces, we are talking about another layer when we have three different points of attention: you, the place, and the divine. In the first layer, you and the place, we also have the divine. That's why the place can be sacred, because the divine is also inside of you. Why sometimes is not enough to use the divine inside of you, and we need to create, for example, temples? Because we need a more direct connection. Be careful. We need a more direct connection between the divine and not you as a person, but you as a species. That's why that's the difference between a room of a house or a house and a temple. It's not something about the number of rooms or the kind of art or the name on the door. It's not that. It's about the function and the need. When you have to create a connection between you and the divine, if you're very aware, if you are, like to say, something like enlightened, you can also have a direct connection between you and the divine in your house, if your house is very well prepared to be sacred. Okay? But it's personal. It's personal. When we are talking about a connection between the divine and the human being species, we need a more, like to say, a more complex engine. Complex, not complicated. I want to point out.
Which is very, yeah, it's very different. Even
Very
because
different.
there are many, talking about nowadays the modern society, there are many, I mean, I've seen doing some research that it's something which a lot of people it's called to make their home, the space is sacred. Some people begin to follow some what is called the feng shui or some old
Actually,
tradition or nowadays there is a lot of attention on creating your own altar inside your house, so that place which is, let's say, the sacred space, the sacred place in your house, which is that side of the house. And I want to ask you, Nyomo, if we should, your suggestion, if today we have to begin from our own room where we sleep usually, to switch it from a normal room into a sacred room, what would be a first step, talking in a pragmatic way, which an exercise, a game, a playful things that which we could do to move from a normal basic room into a sacred space, which can help you to do what you just said?
Okay, first of all, we have to clean. Why? You're talking about to clean. In terms of every object, every also a live creature, every different being that is interfering, it's a more complexity that we have to realign. So if you clean the room, you have less object to be set in a way that is coherent. Okay. So first of all, you have to clean it. Second, you have to colonize the place with something that it's your taste, your will. For example, a painting you like, or better, a painting that you did, that you paint. Okay. So must be a place that you like, must be a place ordered, must be a place clean, and must be a place colonized by you. If you are two persons, it's you're a couple, also something that is a sort of agreement or an agreement between the two people about the place, the beauty of the place, are all aspects that are interfering in the formula that you have to add inside the equation.
Thank you, Nyamo. And there is an interesting question which bring into the topic nature. So Javier was asking, yeah, okay, but at the end of the day, there is already nature. So what are temples for? Isn't everything sacred enough like that? I think it's very interesting topic, even because you just said at the beginning that we are very disconnected. We live in an environment that let us feel disconnected. Let's think about the big cities, but there is nature. So what's the role of nature? Of course, Javier is saying like it's the core of everything, so it's already there. Why we need to do something more than it? What do you think about it, Nyomo?
Okay. Unluckily, also when we talk about nature, we have to distinguish between a nature place like a wood, sort of specific frequency. The complete wild nature is very strong, but is also a place that you have to learn how to habit, how to stay, how to survive inside. Okay. Or we can talk about a nature that it's more human frequency like. In this case, that can be a very nice way to rebalance your energies, because there is a lot of green, and the main frequency is a low frequency, and the low frequencies, they help you to relax and to have room to rebalance everything inside of you. And it's also full of oxygen, of course, that it's very nice for your mind, your brain, your body, your cells, and so on. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, it is. I mean, I was seeing someone saying also talk about the plants, so the importance to have plants in your house or have a garden which you take care. So yeah, of course, the role of nature is super important. But let's talk about spiritual technology because someone just asked about selfie cam. I'm kind of sure that we have spoke about it in past live stream, but maybe someone has also seen online some of our talks or videos, or has read somewhere that we do also have selfie cars for ambient, so which they take cares of the place where we live, discharging energy, harmonizing the place, and so on. Gnomo. So, what is the role of Selfica in the ambient? What is doing? How is supporting us from your research and from what you know?
Selfica is designed as an amplifier of a specific function. So according to the different function of Selfica, you can use a Selfica for amplify, for example, the frequency, the connection between you and the place, that can amplify this feeling of good feeling, nice feeling. Okay. Selfica can also clean the place from frequencies that we can describe, like loops in your mind, loops in your aura, that they are sucking energy instead to help you to amplify and produce energy. So Selfica can clean or amplify when we talk about environments, like a house, a room.
And
They
is
are
it?
tools.
And what about the synchronicity? Is it possible to create a space which somehow have a stronger, let's say like that? I know maybe it's not the right way to say a stronger connection with synchronicity, or it's a place that help you somehow to have a stronger connection with life, with synchronicity, with intuition, and so on. Is that possible?
Okay, very, very big revelation. When
Wow.
da, da, da,
We should have some music soundtrack during this moment.
it's not
Yes.
necessary because it's too easy. It's too easy. It's it's almost banal.
Yes, let's go
When
for
we
it.
talk about sacred space, actually, we are talking about a space where synchronicity is amplified. What it means? It means, well, everywhere, all around the universe, we need synchronicity, because synchronicity is the law of the universe that can guarantee that every cause has an effect, a connection, a chain between cause and effect. Very simple. Okay. So we have events, many events. Without synchronicity, there is no universe, because there is no connection between the events. With synchronicity, you have connection of before and after, or here and there. Okay? First step. But you can connect something or one event or another event. You can also choose the event to connect together. Some event is better, some event is worst. The sacred space is a place where the connection, the kind of synapses, if you like, are producing a better result. Instead to connect A to B, I prefer to connect A to Z, A to F, A to H. Also, if it's not the closest one, like A to B. Synchronicity amplified means the power to connect instead to A to B, that it's more normal, 99% of probability. I can also connect A to H, 21% of probability that come to be 99% of probability. In this way, I use the same elements in my environment to produce a better result. Last but not least, because is a place prepared with art, with specific dimensions. Imagine all the secret proportions, okay? The Fibonacci sequences of secret proportions and so on, covered by art. Art that is not, an art that you print, but some fresh artistic expression from an artist, so something alive. Okay? This is not only a better way to connect A to Z, A to H, but is also the way to receive more letter of the alphabet, more events. Imagine letter of the alphabet that today we is not able also to pronounce outside the 21 letter of the Latin alphabet. Okay, so is a way to connect, to download. Okay, use this term, to download more events. So you can also connect A to blah blah blah, that is not B to Z.
Super clear.
Is it clear?
Yeah. Thank you, Gnomo. I really like your explanation. I
Thank
can
you very
finally
much.
understand.
I will give you €5. Thank you.
Give me 10. Give me 10, please, Gnomo. Give
10,
me
10.
10.
Okay, not give me 5. Give me 10.
So,
Okay.
Brenda is asking a question. Let's go back to the daily life. Brenda is saying, uh, in my house, I have pets. Like she has a dog, if I'm not wrong, and she has kids. And so her house, she tried to keep it tidy, but it's constantly becoming coming to a chaos because there is a lot of life inside the house. So how to bring how to make her feel that even all these life chaos activities, kids, pet, dogs, animals, it's part of this sacred net, avoiding the fact that she feels sometimes that this is just mess, which is not helping to perceive the sacredness.
Mhm. So, first of all, of course, it's banal, but is important. The relationship between the people must be in balance. So you have to work around your way to enter in relation with others. Okay? But this is not enough because we are human. Sometimes sometimes we don't are completely in balance. We are tired. There are many problems in our daily life. So we need some help. This is the moment where Selfica can help a lot. Cleaning and rebalancing the frequencies of the house. Because today, in our modern world, the tools that we have inside are not enough. We are in the middle. We are in the middle between a jump from a previous life, a previous kind of societies, very slow, very more simple, with less object in our life, to a next level when we will again, we hope, we will again reach a sort of equilibrium, but to another level, faster, but completely in equilibrium. Okay? We are in the middle where we have all the problem of the speeding up of life without the result of plus value. So we are paying a lot now during the jump. So it's a moment where our own instruments inside of us are not enough. We need some tools, some protheses. That's why we designed Selfica, to help people waiting for an enlightenment, waiting for the jump of human species. They can able to survive to this life and to the different challenges of this life. Imagine that a house with the dog, with the children's, with a couple, maybe also grandfather or grandmother and the family. It's an ecosystem, and like every other ecosystem, can be in balance. We need some ritual of cleaning of the ecosystem, like the nature do. The nature used the environmental phenomenon, storms, rain, sun, to clean up themselves. Okay, we need to do the same in our house. So, for example, in Damanhur, once a year, we also do a complete purification of the entire house, cleaning all the frequencies, all the different challenges or fights that are still floating on the air, sucking energies to the people. We clean everything once a year in order to have a complete clean and affordable life inside the house. That's another, it's like we clean the glasses, like we clean the door, the floor, like we clean everything in our house. We also have to clean the energies. Once a year, it's very good. Or if something very worst, something very bad, something worse, something very bad happen, maybe it's better to clean again the house from those frequencies.
Thank you, Gnomo. Last question. Then, if you have something to add, feel free to do it. So we've touched a lot of different angles of this topic, and I would like you to focus on one thing. So, if now all the people that are listening to us, you, let's say, try to propose an exercise, playful one or serious one, whatever you want, but something specific that every one of us can try and experience to switch one of the places of your house. You can choose whatever you want, or if your exercises is connected to the bedroom, let's use that. But something pragmatic, one thing that we can all experience this month, tomorrow, to switch the energy of our environment from basic to sacred. What will be a simple but effective things that you share with us, that you propose to us?
Yes. You sit down and you design a map of your house and search for a place in your house that you completely forgot. The basement, or I don't know, the room of the tools, something in your house that you completely forgot. When you define what is the place that you forgot in your house, go there and clean, colonize it in the way you like, and for the entire month, take care about that place and feel what's going on. So first of all, you have to point up what and where in your house something is completely forgot from your attention.
Beautiful. So it's connected with what you just said at the beginning, that the awareness that we bring into our spaces, our places, is the fundamental of the process to bring sacredness, let's say like that, in our own places, right?
Yeah, correct.
So here's the revelation from our Gnomo.
Very simple revelation.
Yeah. But
thank you very much for your questions.
Thank you, Gnomo. You want to add something, or is there something that you want to add that you feel the need to add, or we can come to an end?
Be careful when you go outside during the summer. It's too hot. Stay in your house. Okay.
Thank you, Gnomo, and thanks to all of you. We will see next month, as
Thanks
always,
also to the
first
people that they
Saturday.
did questions also.
Yes. Convoy, everyone. Convoy. See you soon.
Bye
Convoy.
bye.